Hello, welcome to another RetroCore hardware review, as we'll be taking a look at the console that had more limited editions than anything else out there. And it stayed exclusive to Japan. But first, let me tell you that this came from Tanuki Shop. Now, Tanuki Shop is a service that can help you get whatever you want from sites such as Yahoo auctions. That's right, anything you want can be obtained via Tanuki Shop. Link in the video description down below. And even better, Tanuki Shop are going to give one lucky viewer a 5,000 yen credit. Oh yes! But how'd you get that 5,000 yen credit? Well, very simple. In the comment section down below, tell me what you would buy from Tanuki Shop. And I will pick a random winner and pin their comment at the top of this video. That's all you have to do. Write a comment and tell me what you will buy from Tanuki Shop, and I will choose a random winner. Okay, so let's take a look and see what is actually in this box. Now, of course, this item did come from Yahoo Auctions Japan, and Tanuki Shop did repackage everything. So this package is actually Tanuki Shop's package, not the Yahoo seller's package. So I'm wondering, how well have they packed up the items inside? Well, let's zoom back a little bit so we can get a better view. Alright, so let's open up the flaps, and we've got our genuine Japanese newspaper. Let's see which newspaper is this from. Oh, yeah, we got some lady here. Who's this? Absolutely no idea. Although she is... nope, no idea. Yeah, whatever. Okay, and here is the actual package that they have prepared for us. Okay, let's take this out. Okay, I am liking this. This is packaged very well indeed. Even covered in some sort of cling film to stop things from getting wet should the parcel get wet. And it would do. Here in Japan they take very good care of your parcels. But in some parts of the world, yeah, your parcels will get quite wet, depending on the post service. Anyway, let's take a look and see what's inside. TanukiShop.com, best goods from Japan. Alright. Hey, you know what? I am just going to slice this cling film here. Or maybe not. There we go. I've got to say, this box that they put it in is quite sturdy. Look at that. So obviously I'm not too bothered about this outer box, whether it gets scratched or not, since this is not the original packaging for the item inside. Alright, let's see what we've got in here. Alright. Everything inside the box is also wrapped very well. Okay, here we go. That gives you an idea of what the console is. This is Final Fantasy for the WonderSwan color. And let's just see how good the quality of this item is. Being from Yahoo Auctions Japan, it's going to be good, isn't it? Look at that, lovely. Oh, I didn't know it was embossed on the actual cover. Nice. Let's take a look inside. It's Final Fantasy 2, by the way. And there is the game cartridge, and we have a manual. No manual for this one. But we do have our game cartridge and the little, what would you say, registration card as well. Okay. And we got another game here. This is Final Fantasy 1, I believe. Again, wrapped up very, very well. Yep, the original Final Fantasy there for the WonderSwan. A little bit of a nick on the box there. Of course, that's not down to Tanuki Shop. That's how it was when it was sold on Yahoo auctions. I did actually see the auctions where these came from. Okay, now does this one have the manual? I don't think it does. Yes, it does. Yes. Alright, so this one has the actual manual with it. Cool. I've actually seen a WonderSwan manual. And very nice to see that they're in colour. Very nice indeed. And also, I'm glad to see that this actual cartridge comes with its protective case. Cool. Of course, the cartridge comes out just like that. Now, of course, we cannot have games for the WonderSwan and then have nothing to play them on. So I also got probably the best WonderSwan out of all, the WonderSwan Crystal. Oh yes. So in case you didn't know, the WonderSwan came out in 3 variations, or 3 variants. So we had the WonderSwan, which was originally just a monochrome black and white machine. Then we had the WonderSwan Color. They had a color screen. However, it was blurry as hell. It was an LCD screen. And then finally we had the WonderSwan Crystal. And the WonderSwan Crystal actually has a TFT display, which is pretty decent. It takes away all the blur that the WonderSwan Color suffered with. However, it's not backlit, so you still need to play it in a pretty decent light. But the I can't speak today. The WonderSwan Crystal is in fact the Rolls Royce of the WonderSwan consoles, and they are pretty expensive here in Japan. And I've been after one for so long, and now thanks to Tanuki Shop, I've finally got one. So yeah, let's get out the box. I'm glad to see it's in the box. Oh, it's actually in upside down. Okay. And oh, it seems to be in really nice condition. Now that's where your battery would normally go when you bought these. It came with a battery, and these do run off one AA battery, I believe. Wow, we've got all the paperwork. We've got our registration cards, and we've got the manual here. Okay, cool. Good to see that. And here is the actual console itself, and yeah, that is in lovely condition. Look at that. Lovely, lovely. Very, very clean. No scrapes or anything on it. Now, another cool thing about the WonderSwan is that you can actually use it vertically. So you can actually play vertical shooters on this thing, and some do exist. So let's get a little bit closer up to this and boot it up. Okay, back with some real batteries. Well, when I say real, I mean non-rechargeable batteries. This is a brand new one, so hopefully this will work. Now you may be wondering, I can't see a bloody thing on that, and that's because the screen is not backlit. And this is the type of device, just like the Game Boy Advance, where you had to play it in pretty much spot on light. So let's rig up a light so you can see this properly. Alright, that's better. We've got a bit of light on the screen. Now it is still very difficult to film. Now I can see this perfectly fine, you know, just looking at the screen here. But getting it on camera is a little bit tricky. Something about the screen, it kind of doesn't play very nice with the camera's shutter speed. It kind of blocks out. See, it's all black there, but with the naked eye, I can see that just perfectly fine without any issues. So I do apologize. It is a little bit tricky to film this screen, but as you can see, the image is very, very clear. It is not blurry at all. Now the original WonderSwan Color, when you used to move or scroll the screen, would blur like crazy, and obviously the monochrome machine also blurred, but not as much as the WonderSwan Color. The color was pretty bad, but this is working pretty well. Now it's not going to be much fun if I just show you Final Fantasy 1 and 2 running, is it? Because let's be honest, not exactly the most interesting games to watch, especially when this is in Japanese. But I do have some more little toys to show you that go along with this WonderSwan Color. So first of all, let me show you this. Now this is a 3D printed headphone adapter. Now back in the day, headphone adapters did exist for the WonderSwan and WonderSwan Color and WonderSwan Crystal, but they were kind of like on a dongle that used to hang out of the machine. As you can see, that is the expansion port, and that's also is used for your headphones. So there's no real headphone socket on this. But luckily, the WonderSwan has a very strong following here in Japan, and a lot of people are making third-party accessories for it. And this is one of those accessories, a 3D printed headphone adapter. So basically it just clips onto the side here, this way up. There we go. And then we can plug in our headphones at the bottom, and we also have a volume wheel here, which feels very nice indeed. So what I'll do later is when we do a close-up video of the actual machine running, I will connect this up directly to the camera so you can hear some of the quality sounds from the WonderSwan. Also, I've been a little bit busy buying stuff for the WonderSwan in preparation for this video, and I have this. Now, I do know in the West there is a WonderSwan flash cartridge available, but the thing is, it's never in stock, and every time you go to buy it, you know, it goes out of stock straight away. In fact, I haven't been able to get one in years, and I've been keeping an eye on it. So I got this one from Japan. Now, this is a flash card, kind of. This is the actual cartridge, it's the card itself. It's called Retro Dumper. This is version 3, the latest version. And basically, each version changes the SRAM size. This is a 64 megabit flash with just over 2000 kilobytes of SRAM. So that's going to be compatible with every single WonderSwan, WonderSwan Crystal and WonderSwan Color game. However, you cannot just put a micro SD card into here. This is an actual flash cartridge, and you need to flash the game onto the cartridge using a special device. And that device is this, the Retro Dumper. And basically what you do is you connect this up to your PC via the USB port here, and you put your flash cartridge in here. And with the software on your PC, you can actually flash ROMs to this cartridge. Unfortunately, you can only flash one ROM at a time, which is a bit of a bummer. But still, it worked out to be cheaper and a lot easier than waiting for the Western WonderSwan flash cartridge to become available. Now, I have not tried this yet, obviously, because I didn't have a WonderSwan to try it in, but I did flash a standard monochrome WonderSwan game to this, and in theory, this should now just work when I plug it into this WonderSwan Crystal. So let's take out Final Fantasy and put in the Retro Dumper flash cartridge, and fingers crossed that this works. Now, the software, when I did flash this, said it worked, but this is the first time I'm going to see it actually running. Okay, well, let's boot it up. And is the game going to play? No, that has not flashed the cartridge at all, has it? Okay, well, let me show you the software working. Okay, so we've got the flash cartridge in the USB dumper, and that's connected up to the PC via USB. And let's just switch on the power. You see a little red LED has just come on there. And I'm about to start up the software on the PC. So let's take a look at that. Alright, so this is the dumper software, so we'll just boot that up there. And as you can see, that has booted up, so let's zoom into that. I want to switch off this light. Alright, so we'll change it to WonderSwan. There it is, WonderSwan. Now, SRAM size, this is, yes, WonderSwan has this much RAM in it. ROM size, I have no idea. And let's see, info. Okay, so it does know the flash card is in there. It comes up as WonderSwan Color. That's okay, because WonderSwan Color and WonderSwan Crystal use the same cartridges. Now, what we want to do is we can actually dump a cartridge as well, by the way, but we want to flash a cartridge. So basically what I'll do is click flash. Then it asks us to install the game ROM, and what I want to do is load up Ghouls and Ghosts, Makaimura WonderSwan. Here we go. Now you can see it is erasing the cartridge there, and it says it's going to take 128 seconds. So we'll skip all this and we'll go straight to the actual flushing part. Okay, so it's erased the data and now it's flushing the ROM data to the cartridge. And as you can see, it says success. So there should be no issues with this whatsoever. So I guess we just let me just put the info up. Yeah, okay. RAM size, it looks like it's got something in there. So yeah, let's just close the software and switch off the power to the USB. Okay, back to the WonderSwan, and let's put in the cartridge. And let's power it up. And it works! Alright! Excellent! So obviously I must have done something wrong the first time I flashed this game. But you can now see it working. So, let's get the camera set up nice and neat onto the screen, and we'll plug in the direct audio feed so you can see a WonderSwan running in action. So there you go, a few games running on the WonderSwan Crystal. Now I do apologize for the very bad gameplay there and the not so good image quality of the screen. Basically, recording the screen on this is very difficult. When it shows through on the camera, okay, I can't really see it in real life. Due to the, the different heights. I'm up here and the camera's down there. So either the camera sees what's going on or I see what's going on. So it's very difficult to actually record footage and play at the same time. But anyway, hopefully that gives you an idea of the types of games you get on the WonderSwan. Now, the WonderSwan Crystal does play all the color games and all the monochrome games as you saw, plus the vertical scrolling games as well. Now, one thing I did want to show you is if you press down the power button and start together while you got a game cartridge in the machine, you get this little BIOS screen here. And in here, you can actually change a few aspects of the console. So you can register your name, but I'll just keep it as WonderSwan Crystal. Put in your date of birth, your sex, and your blood type. Although I have no idea what my blood type is, so I'm going to leave it at OK as a question mark. We can also change a few options as well. Unfortunately, in this machine we only have the option of volume, so we can have it off, 1, 2 or 3, and that's what it will default as when you boot up the console. Right, and going back down to OK, we'll boot up the game cartridge that's actually in the device. That is the WonderSwan Crystal, and I gotta say a big thanks to the Tanuki Shop for providing this to me. I've been after one of these for years, but because it costs so much here in Japan, I never did buy one. But now I do have one. Yes, so again, big thanks to the Tanuki Shop. And remember, if you want to get that 5,000 yen credit, just leave a comment down below saying what you would buy from Yahoo Auctions via Tanuki Shop. So the winner's comment will be pinned at the top of the comment section. And then what we'll do is Tanuki Shop will be in touch. They will give you some information. You edit your comment to show that information just to prove that it is you. And then you'll get your 5,000 credits with the Tanuki Shop. Of course, you need to sign up to them, otherwise you can't get your credit, but that goes without saying. Anyway, guys, links in the video description as I mentioned. Until next time, guys, keep on gaming and enjoy your games. See ya.